It is considered needed now more than ever, and today legislation was finally introduced to construct and renovate the Department of Corrections. Ken Kitaniza takes us to Manila.
This is not a piece of legislation to improve the quality of life of the client at Department of Corrections. This is a piece of legislation to improve the institution. And this is a piece of legislation to take that black cloud over this institution.
And after weeks of talk, Senator Brant McCready has introduced Bill 172, otherwise known as the Department of Corrections Initiative Act of 2013.
We've been talking about it for 25 years. We've been in a federal settlement agreement with the federal government for the last 23 years. We're overcrowded, understaffed, and we're not efficient. And I think that will all end once this bill is passed and once we turn dirt on a new prison.
The bill aims to construct a modern, secure, and safe correctional facility by authorizing the construction and renovation of DOC. The governor, on behalf of DOC, is further authorized to enter into a financial agreement with one or more contractors for the financing, design, construction, collateral equipment, and maintenance of the new facility. The design of the facility would include efficient use of space that will allow for DOC to enhance rehabilitation programs, something DOC Director Jose Sinaugazin says is detrimental.
The folks that are incarcerated in here deserve a better program, and that's the rehabilitation program, educational program that we've been trying to continue to build and expand here in DOC.
As for funding, McCready says early estimates range between $30 to $50 million. However, he says the goal is to minimize costs and become as efficient as possible. He adds while the language in the bill has helped in identifying $200,000 to $300,000 in funding sources, the additional finances will be through a collaboration with GITA. Deputy Administrator Mona Silva Tyrone explained the lease or leaseback arrangement identified in the measure.
The leaseback option is one that we've experienced before. We have 4 schools that are under the leaseback program, and it is a viable tool. It actually is probably the best possible financing option for this deal.
The bill further outlines an option for a prison industry, something several prisons throughout the U.S. are funded by, the ones they sustained.
But I think it's very important that we're not just introducing language to build a new prison. We're also asking the administration of this prison to work with us to facilitate these programs, because they're the only ones that can truly make it as efficient as possible.
As for the design, the new prison is set to be built as one of the most modern facilities in the territory has ever seen. And as stressed time and time again, the language in the bill addresses federal and constitutional mandates that need to be followed in order to provide a complete correctional facility, which would include an adequate infirmary. The measure is a bipartisan effort with 10 co-sponsors, 5 Republicans and 5 Democrats. And like Senator McCready, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio hopes to see dirt turned by the end of next year.
I really hope in my final message is that this bill doesn't die in committee, that it sees, it comes to fruition this term. We cannot wait any longer.
We should note McCready says outside investors have shown interest that could help with the financing, some of whom are coming to Guam this month. To read Bill 172, log on to guamlegislature.com. Reporting for Guam's